Now that it's winner take all, I shoot the shots, I make the call. I always land on my feet, cause I keep pulling the shit. From the sky to the sea, I'ma get gold when I'm in the Grand Prix. Get ready, get set, let's go. Get ready, get set, let's go. Get ready, get set, let's go. Get ready, get set, let's go.
Glad to see you back at the Motorfest. Leave no playlist unfinished, driver.
I think if I was invincible and I could be young forever, I'd probably still be trying to jump further distance records with the bike the way it is. But for me, there's one goal left for me, and that's all I'm working on. So I'm not here to replicate nothing, to do shows around the world. I think those days for me are gone. I just want to do my masterpiece, right? That's all I'm working on, is my masterpiece, and then I'm done.
My name's Becky Evans and welcome to Motorfest, the podcast, brought to you by Red Bull and the iconic game from Ubisoft, the Crew Motorfest. Now, this is the podcast where I get to chat with some of the world's finest motorsport athletes, and I get to delve into their passions of all things speed, wings, and wheels. And you know what the cool thing is? You can actually listen to this podcast whilst you're playing the game. So jump into your dream vehicle, sit back and relax, and get ready for the show. Let's go. Now that is the sound of the KTM 450 motorbike that you can actually play in the game. Now this bike has got you covered on road, dirt, sand, and even on water, thanks to the very special Motor Surf edition, which has been designed by the athlete that I am joined by today, Robbie Madison. Robbie, thank you so much for having me here at your home.
No worries, Becky. It's an absolute pleasure. And I'm super excited to have my bike in the game, the Crew Motorfest.
No, delighted. I mean, you are a freestyle motocross champion, legend, like absolute pioneer of the sport. And to actually see this place after seeing so many videos of it, it was kind of crazy when we were driving in.
Thank you,
Today, you're not just a driver, you're an actor too. In a movie produced by the Motorfest, driving a car is as much a part of acting as delivering a line.
Very blessed. It's been amazing.
Your first co-star will be the 1968 Austin Mini Cooper, selected by our in-house mechanic and car consultant, Kaya Khanna.
In career, and I've been able to do incredible things. Red Bull has literally given me wings, and it's been amazing, to say the least of it. And this house that came home, and it's the dream that I envisioned. And now we get to ride dirt bikes here. I get to share with my kids, and this is the home base for all these crazy ideas. And then we come back here and refocus, reset, and set off on our ways to take on more adventures.
Now, you started off, in New South Wales in Australia. You were an electrician to begin with, and then you found freestyle motocross. You've done backflips over the Tower Bridge in London. You've jumped over, it's the Arc de Triomphe in Las Vegas. I mean, just so many incredible jumps. I remember seeing the video of you doing the ski jump as well. You're a record breaker and a dream chaser. Do you think I've missed anything out there? I mean, there's so many stunts that you've done in your career, but those are the ones that, even as a fan myself, that really jump out.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, there's been a lot, one of the coolest things for me is inventing the motorcycle to ride on the water. Just because I grew up at the beach in Australia, I grew up surfing. If I hadn't been a motorcycle rider, I would have been a surfer. And to be able to combine the two of my two favorite things to do is a dream come true. So it just, one day it just kind of hit me that I could make it right on the water with addition of like some wakeboards under the wheels. And I've seen a lot of people copy it, and it's something that works. And to be able to take it on a wave was just insane. But I'm excited that you get to do it in the game now. The users are going to be able to ride their bikes in Maui and catch waves and feel some of the excitement I felt. So I'm really stoked with Motorfest and the Crew. It's awesome that it's gone this way.
So, Robbie, if you could be a car, a plane, a boat, or a motorbike, which would you be and why?
I would definitely be a plane. I just love flying. It's all I've wanted to do, and I think that's why motorbikes became so cool to me, because I was catching these little moments of being able to fly. And as I've got older, I've jumped further and further and further. And now that I'm a pilot and I'm able to fly, it's just the coolest thing ever. And yeah, if I had the choice, I'd be a plane, because you can go wherever you want to go.
I saw a quote where you were talking about how your mind is like Tetris, and you're just trying to put it all together and figure out how to create new crazy stunts. Like, how does one thing become from dream to reality?
I think ultimately it's just figuring out the path of how to get there. For the most part, when I designed the bike to go on the water, the dream was to always ride it on the water. And, I had the dream for a long time, and just one day it clicked. And I think it's been like that with a few things, when I jumped on the building in Las Vegas, I knew I didn't want to just keep doing distance jumps. And I knew I wanted to do something that was a cool spectacle. And it wasn't about just having a jump and putting things in between it, like Fonzie did with the shark tanks and like Evil did with the buses. That was cool, but it had already been done. I wanted to do something different, and that's really all I did. I just set my intention. I kind of put out of the universe that I wanted to find something different, and I just stopped thinking about it. I stopped worrying about it. I just had the just the thought that if it's meant to be, it'll come to me, and if it's not, then it's not meant for me. And once I just kind of let go in that way and stopped putting pressure on myself to come up with something and just went about being engaged in the moment of my life, then all of a sudden it just hit me again. I was driving past the hotel, I was on the freeway, and I just saw the hotel passing by, and I just realized with the speed I had and the right ramp, that I could jump on top of that hotel. And then I had the idea, I'm like, with the right ramp, at the right speed, I could jump onto a big building and I could jump off of it. And so that's how it went. I think a lot of the ideas for me, you know, just come through letting go of the stress of trying to figure it out and just going about living my life and enjoying what I love. And then all of a sudden these new ideas come, and yeah, I mean, that's led me to my current thing that I'm working on. I have a new idea, and it's just come from me doing what I love. And I've been flying airplanes, I've been wingsuiting, I've been skydiving, and yeah, it's inspired me to go in a different direction again. So it's exciting.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I mean, your next frontier, we're talking aerospace. You want to see your bike take to the skies. Walk me through what that looks like.
Well, it's a little early yet. I mean, that is the goal. I mean, I've been in the skies with my bike since I've been a little kid, and just to try and go further and farther is the goal. And ultimately, the last time I did a world record jump, I landed so...
A playlist is available, driver. You have one new message.
Hey friend, it's Hayato from the pack. What's up? Tell me, how would you like to go for another spin made in Japan? There's a lot happening and we're getting the whole team together. We'll be hanging out south of Kaneohe. Meet us there.
Come on, we're gonna get some butt.
Hey, stop yelling!
You've heard your friends. You're going back to Japan. Sort of. Prepare to face new challenges and explore new horizons. Volume 2 is here. No spoilers, just jump in. Let's see what's coming up. Your friends from the pack are really close. Go join them. They'll fill you in on the situation. You're here. Time for a kick-ass reunion.
Welcome back, Fred. Long time.
Hey, Drifter.
Hi there, number 6. Pack is back together, and you're one of us now. You're right where you belong. But I still outrank you, buddy. Don't forget it.
You wish.
You know, Shorty. Don't you brats start.
As you can see, things here haven't changed one bit. We're taking off.
All right, everyone. Here's the deal. The Motorfest is stepping up their street racing game. They have a bunch of so-called street racers coming in from all over the world. Got us some competition, huh? Yeah. And Made in Japan 2 is going to be all about showing these guys who the top dogs in this festival are. I'm down, brother.
From what I've heard, it's more of a cat thing.
These guys are all waiting for us on another island, Maui. So this is uncharted territory for all of us.
Even more exciting. Maui, here we come.
That Supra you got last time certainly fits you like a glove. And you'll have access to a whole lot of other Japanese vehicles as we face our opponents. You're gonna love that. Check this out, guys. Smoking volcano on the right.
Excuse me, you said smoking volcano?
Yeah, that one's still active. Pretty cool, huh? much intel, but I can tell you we're up against several other groups. They're not isolated individuals.
Which means these guys will know how to drive as a team.
Exactly. And they all come from different places, meaning different racing styles and different types of cars.
Guess we'll have to work things out on the spot.
That's what we do, right? Oh, man, we're gonna have fun.
Is over.
If it's just the three of us, I should be taking the lead.
Too late. I called dibs.
Okay, so okay, never mind.
Our podcast.
You know, I've been in the skies with my bike since I've been a little kid, and just to try and go.
Say what?
Oh boy, here comes the trash talk. Okay, guys, it's just the three of us here, and we're facing the first of our new opponents, the Night Stalkers. Woo! Badass name.
Yeah, it's not gonna do him much good against us. Hey, you hear me, Fiaputo? You're gonna get your ass handed to you.
They went offline, Shago. Gotta let our driving do the talking. Let's smoke these guys.
You got it, sister. By the way, what's up with all the cat fever?
I don't know, it's a Motorfest thing. Right now, cat's the word. I love cats.
Of course you do.
You're driving my car's older sister tonight, the Mazda RX-7 Turbo 2, the second generation of the RX-7.
10th anniversary edition.
That's right, this very model is extra special. It's the monochromatic crystal white edition, celebrating 10 years of RX-7 goodness. Only 1,500 of these babies were made.
At the time for Mazda, this was the definitive statement about what a sports car can and should be. Damn, these turns are sharp.
You gotta drift through these, Shingo.
You drift psycho. We're back at the shopping mall, which means only a few turns left. Don't give these 4 bars on the ground, you guys.
Way ahead of you.
Okay, that's one batch of roasted cats. Bring in the next one.
Well done. The one and only Pax taking the lead.
That was a crazy ride.
Hey, brother. You guys did great against the Stalkers. But the next round is about to start. Ren and I will be waiting for you.
You're teaming up with the adults this time.
Well, is this what we're doing now? You guys talk and I... All right, that's cool. I'm nothing if not adaptable. It's time for another round. The pack versus the quick whiskers.
the spirit. Let's take these jokers down. Looks like we're going out of the city for a bit. Everybody all right?
Can't say my Evo X liked it much, but all good.
Yeah, the Motorfest is clearly cranking things up, without any regard for our paintwork. If that's too much for you people, feel free to wait on the sidelines and watch. Eavesdropping now. If you want to join the winning team, just say so.
Kids these days.
That section's nasty.
Yeah, it's a miracle none of us ended up in a tree.
Come on, guys, this is the last section. Neon-lit city streets just the way we like them. No question, we're winning this.
I'm not gonna question this. You should be ready for anything with that Toyota GR86. Lightweight, with a naturally aspirated engine, responsiveness and agility. A Toyota GR at the upper limit of performance.
A car that's right up your alley.
Excellent job, my friend. That second victory clearly sends a message.
Any comment from the cats on the radio? Yeah, didn't think so. Two wins in a row. This deserves a nice little fun break. I'm waiting for you next to the airport. Come join me. I've got a nice Evo 6 for you to try.
Right, but isn't it my job to say this kind of... recalibrating? Okay, your friend is waiting for you. You know what to do. Knowing that girl, I'm pretty sure you can guess what she has in mind, Drifter.
was born in Japan. But I didn't tell you who ignited the spark. Well, two names, Takahashi and Tsuchiya, respectively named the father of drifting and the Drift King, no less. To others back then, oversteering was a mistake to correct. But to these guys, it became a special technique to carry more speed through the corners and have fun doing so. They're my role models. I could talk about them for hours. Point is, drifting exists thanks to these two racers. Come on, Asheria, you can score more points than that. Wow, you crushed it again! I'm telling you people, we got the next drift sensation in the making here.
Hello, are we alone? No one's gonna butt in this time? All right, back to normal. So,
Hey, number 6.
come on.
Ready for the next round? It's gonna be me, you, and Toji versus some other street racer ones. And I'm taking the lead this time. Don't worry, he's not really leading anything. He just says stuff. Try to humor him. What was that? Nothing. Lead the way, boss. All right, then. Let's go.
sound mean.
cloths anymore. Copy that. Knuckle down. You all good, friend? We got you yet another car from the JDM Golden Era. The most forward-thinking car in the world back then. The Mitsubishi 3000 GT. Or simply, GTO in Japan. Shingo, you're gonna tell us more?
Yeah, you got it. Wait. 2 turbochargers, 4-wheel steering, and an electronic exhaust control system.
Not bad. You've only missed the active aero control system.
Oh yeah, motorized aerodynamics that adapts to your speed. That car was a freaking Japanese Batmobile.
Way ahead of its time.
These damn cats are tough.
Yeah, with these guys, I think we gotta switch from a Hashiria to a Bosozoku state of mind.
Okay, meaning?
We go rough, brother.
Man, the roads on this island, not exactly a piece of cake.
Yeah, but that's what makes it interesting, right? Plus, it's nothing for a driving whiz like you.
Nothing at all.
Once we pass the bamboo forest, the finish line will only be a few seconds away. If you guys want to try something, it's now.
This time no one's gonna cut me off. I'm not saying anything. You people can sync up. Go ahead, guys. You can do your thing. Go on. All right, driver. Looks like it's finally you and me again. Great. So this next race is extra special.
Hey, friend, what's up? Man, you delivered a flawless performance against our rivals so far. These guys are getting hit real hard. But the next race is a token. And you know what that means. Intense and technical.
The podcast continues.
You know, I've been in the skies with my bike since I've been a little kid, and just to try and go further and farther is the goal. And ultimately, the last time I did a world record jump, shapes kind of control how you fall in the sky. And in a wingsuit, you know, obviously you're in the suit, so if one arm is extended out further on a different angle than the other arm, you'll start to turn a certain way. So you really have to be flying this shape of like an aircraft, like a bird, and it's so insane. Like when I was a kid and I ever had like spare change and I'd throw it into the pond or into a fountain, I'd always make a wish. You know, you make a wish in a wishing well, so I'd always wish I could fly, and it's come true. You know, it's really has. I honestly feel like when I jump out of a hot air balloon in a wingsuit, I'm like literally flying, and it's the coolest thing you have to face your fears to live your dreams, and one of the biggest fears I had was heights, and you know, just the integrity of the parachute. And I didn't mind free falling, but when I pulled the parachute and I had these strings coming off me holding this canopy up, I just didn't have faith in that. But after I did my accelerated free fall course and I learned how to pack a parachute, I kind of understood the technology of it and I got faith in it. And so now I kind of got over a fear, and to me that's one of the most liberating things in my life is like, you know, people say they have fears. I think one of the things to do is to face your fears and get past them, understand them and address them and work through it, because that's, if you just say I have a fear and that's it, I'll never go there, then you're bold enough and go through the to be on a spectacle like Evel Knievel, you know, that's what I really dreamt of as a kid. I wanted to have an opportunity to do world-stopping stunt where the world's watching and be able to push through it. And now I had that opportunity. I had to decide whether I was going to let fear stop me, because a lot of the people involved with the production were like, this is so crazy, we can't believe you're doing that. And they would like reassure me, there's no one here from our department who's putting pressure on you. If you don't want to do this, you totally get it. You don't have to do this. And I was like, nah, I actually have to do this to answer my own question. And so that's what I realized through my thinking, was that this is more of like a question of myself, and now it's time for me to figure out if it's meant to be or not. And I had total faith and total belief that if it's meant to be, and I had total peace in that. You know, so I was really calm before I did the jump, knowing that, you know, I think the practical side of my head I had to turn off, so the fear side of things I had to like just stop it. It was like driving me insane. And I was like, thinking about that and stuff. So eventually my own process was like, so I had to just turn that off. Well, this is what it was meant to be. You know, it's made, I think that was a prerequisite for my mentality, because then when I got on the motorcycle in the water and I'm out at Chopu and the waves are 20-foot paces and I'm like on a dirt bike in the water, I'm thinking, oh man, this is a stupid idea. And when that wave crashed down in front of me, that was this heaviest moment of my life, and it was 10 times, you know, and even when I jumped the Crew Motorfest, you know, the fear of facing it.
Okay, this time no one's gonna cut me off. I'm not saying anything. You people can sync up.
The canal was worse than in Vegas. So Vegas was really...
Go ahead, guys. You can do your thing.
And then the jumps before, but everything's been a prerequisite to get me to the next one, to the next one, to the next one.
No one?
whatever you do with it, whatever.
All right, driver. Looks like it's finally you and me again. Great. So this next race is extra special.
Hey, friend, what's up? Man, you delivered a flawless performance against our rivals so far. These guys are getting hit real hard. But the next race is a toge, and you know what that means. Intense and technical.
Skill you want to...
Plus, it starts from the highest point of the mountain. It's not a race to take lightly.
And same goes for our opponents, apparently. Meticulous racers and reliable machines. Or so I've heard.
Keeps getting better, doesn't it? We'll see you on the top of Maui, friend.
This is when you sharpen a knife, you see it get sharper, and so it's nice to have a sharp knife.
It's very impressive. I will say, whenever I'm sat at the start line in my drift car about to compete, I'm like, I know how to do this. I know you know what you're doing. You know which gears you're going in, and then like just like you said, that little.
As I was saying, well, actually, these guys have pretty much said it all, so I'm kind of lost now. Gonna have to recalibrate again. I mean, they could ask me before barging in like that. It's not like I'm a freaking robot. Uh-oh. Recalibrating. To Haleakala. Let's go. You're almost there. About to face the last team of street racers that recently joined Motorfest. Hack versus Diamond Fangs. It's on!
That's a tough one, ultimately.
Hey, how's it going?
Man, we really should change our radio frequency.
I know, sorry about the intrusion. Heard you people defeated all your opponents so far. That's quite a tally. Anyways, we're all stoked to be facing you. May the best team win. Over and out.
How about that?
Watch out, guys. I foresee a very mean curve at the end of the straightaway.
Good hunch. That curve's deadly.
Yeah, I expect lots of razor-sharp turns peppered with short straights on these mountain roads.
Not to mention the 200-foot drop if you miss any of them. Just the way we like it.
Manners and mean cars. Looks like our opponents are the real deal. But it's quite bold of them to think they could beat Japanese racers in a toge.
Well, cats are known for being cocky.
Remember our last toge driver? It was you against me then. Don't you forget, it's all about drifting. Oversteer while maintaining control for a high exit speed. Last time we told you that the Skyline GTRs were called Godzilla. Well, that R32 you're driving was the first one to earn that name. This is the original monster, and its victory streaks are beyond compare.
I'm gonna make it simple. For years, that car was unstoppable on the Japanese car racing scene. The R32 changed the rules and left everyone in the dust for years.
It was created to beat the shit out of everyone. And it did. We're closing in, guys. Focus till the end.
No matter what, this race belongs to one of our two skylines.
You become the king of the mountains, my friend. Incredible race, spectacular driver.
Invincible car.
Let's get back to Motorfest, the podcast. Famous for pushing boundaries and setting new records. So how are you refining your bikes to help you achieve these?
That's a tough question. I ultimately, I'm working towards my own goals. I think if I was invincible and I could be young forever, I'd probably still be trying to.
Hey, friend, tell me, isn't your car a little emotional? Got an email from her kind of asking us to stop interrupting her job. She seemed a little pissed, saying that even robots can have feelings, stuff like that. Well, I guess we kind of overstepped here.
An AI making the scene. Wow. Peak modernity right there.
Anyway, we'll let her tell you about the grand finale. See you on the grid, my friend.
Well, these guys weren't supposed to mention this to you, but never mind.
The way it is, but for me, there's one goal left for me, and that's all I'm working on. So I'm not here to replicate nothing, to do shows around the world. I think those days for me are gone. I just want to do my masterpiece, right? That's all I'm working on is my masterpiece, and then I'm done. So I'm not really in it for the long haul, but I think manufacturers are doing a great job. The bikes are getting better every year. Obviously, we are on the brink of the electric era, and that's going to change the game for everyone, whether they like it or not. But I think the exciting side of it is the electric side of it brings a lot more power. It's instant, and the characteristics of the bike become a lot different. So we're already seeing like guys like Patrick Evans rides his bike, and when he does a whip, he's able to get on angles that we've never seen before.
Because of the weight, maybe, of the battery, or?
It's because there's less gyro with the engine, so it allows the bike to roll quicker. And then because there's no gearbox, and you're able to hit the throttle, and it does like the full rotation of the back wheel, so that when you snap the throttle, you don't have to go through the gears to get the maximum RPM out of the back wheel. So with the twist of the throttle, that back wheel goes from stop to wide open in fifth gear in a few seconds in the electric version. So when you're able to whip the bike upside down, that inertia that the back wheel creates instantly creates that inertia. So you're able to kind of use that to twist your back into shape quickly. So Patrick's been able to learn better than anyone else so far to get his bike upside down and use that electric inertia that he's created from the rear wheel to set him straight again. So that's changing the game, and I think the incorporation of electric bikes is going to just make differences. But for what I've done, distance jumping, jumping on buildings, stuff like that, I don't know, I wanted to raise the bar to a certain height and then step out, and I feel like I've done that for the most part, and there's just one more masterpiece to hang on the wall, and I'm gonna follow my kids around and do what they want to do. So it's but I just hope to be able to be an ambassador and support these other kids coming up. Part of my vision is to be able to support the Robbie Madisons of the future.
Yeah.
And I don't really want it to be my kids, but it seems like they have their own ideas in mind, so I might be supporting them. But I just want to support athletes and help them create these moments that I've been lucky enough to have. The Rebel's been so great to me, like giving me these platforms to have these show-stopping moments. And so I want to be an advocate for that and try and help people create those scenarios for themselves.
Well, we talked a lot about dreams during our chat. Let's talk about
Ready to go, driver? Shall we continue our journey, driver?
Seemed a little pissed, saying that even robots can have feelings, stuff like that. Well, I guess we kind of overstepped here.
An AI making a scene. Wow. Peak modernity right there.
Anyway, we'll let her tell you about the grand finale. See you on the grid, my friend.
Well, these guys weren't supposed to mention this to you, but... Never mind. are finally back to normal. So you've taken out each and every group of opponents. But it turns out that each team still has an ace up their sleeve. Champion for this final race, the Battle Royale. Who's going to be chosen to be the PAX champion?
pig or cats?
Doesn't matter, does it? These guys are still cats. We are dragons. Okay, driver. This is a battle royale between the 5 street racing teams. Only one member of each group gets to race, and you're the one racing for the pack.
Lucky.
Officially passing the torch, big brother?
Just this one time.
Oh my god. Goosebumps. Literally.
You can drive Wengen style on that speedway, which means really fast. Just watch out in these tunnels.
Does that car ring a bell, driver? We spoke about it in the Liberty Walk playlist. This is the Liberty Walk version of the 92 Honda NSX. Oh, man. Yeah, that's Shingo's dream car. Basically the same NSX as he always drives, except for this one's been in the hands of the master Wataru Kanto, which brings it to a whole new level. I want to drive that car. Yeah, you and me both, brother.
Got it, driver? That car's a unicorn.
For the firepower contest that is the final race, this special NSX will do nicely.
You got this. Do not give them an inch.
You win this race, my friend, and it'll be an overwhelming victory for the pack. That's what we're shooting for, right?
Always.
Looks like you guys are for real after all. You won this made in Japan thing. Now come and get us out there. See what happens.
Sounds like an invitation, friend.
You've yet to claim your reward, driver. dominated that street brawl. Way to go, Dragons! Let's head back to the container to get your prize. In the meantime, here's a piece of information. You've won the first encounter, but the rivals are not going anywhere. They're staying here in Hawaii, and they'll be waiting for a rematch with you. So once you've completed this playlist, you can find them in free drive, challenge them again, and establish your supremacy as a street racer, once and for all.
Hey, is it okay if I talk? Your car's not gonna get mad, is she?
Yeah, it's okay, I guess.
Alright, I'll make it short. You did a hell of a job back there, my friend. You're definitely one of us, and we're counting on you to defeat these guys again. You represent the pack. These cats are gonna understand that we're the prevailing street racing team around here. Catch you next time.
Bye.
Aw, aren't these guys cute? I may have overreacted a little. So don't forget, once you've got your reward, check in the menu and you'll see a whole new rival-related activity. This is just the beginning. Bike Edition. New challenges unlocked.
If you want to get to the mystery driver, you're going to need to go bottom up. Most of the claw blades are quite vain and get flustered if they start to lose. Use it.
Target locked. Let's go.
Well, that's charming. Mid, but charming. Does anyone still say mid? This is gonna be fun. For me. His name's Leo. I know, pretty lame.